computer. Okay, so I want to shout out Lisa. Lisa, please unmute yourself and tell us your age. And this is in the such a
Oh,
positive
okay.
way.
I'm old. I'm 62. I'll be 63 in August. I'm the
And
oldest, huh?
trust me, this woman does not look her age, so stop with that.
You're sweet. Well,
Uh,
thank you.
No, it's just the way your energy is. And that's the biggest thing is like take care of your energy. You really do an amazing job of doing that. You show up at 5 o'clock in the morning and you're in a type of career path that super shows you why health is so important. What do you do?
I'm the community relations director at Merrill Gardens, so I work with seniors on the move-in process. But I get to see aging very daily and death, and it's so important that we take care of ourselves. And I think the most important that you do is lift is the weights in the body. You know, all the things that Dee talks about. It's critical because it makes such a difference as you age. Yep,
Right.
I live it every day.
So we have to also show compassion because what happens, it's generationally, they didn't have a gym. They didn't have parents that showed them the way, right? So it's all these things that through our journey, most of our parents didn't work out, not everybody, but some of them. I know Letty always talks about her parents working out, but in most of our cases, that wasn't the case. And eating habits, that's what we get from our parents. So it's like we have to just become aware that they chose unconsciously a different way without really fully knowing the knowledge. And now this is an opportunity for you girls to make that shift of like, no, I'm going to get this knowledge. I'm going to make the shifts within my own self, and I'm going to utilize it to use for myself and then for my family as well. This is how the coolest part of you girls being in the program is like, it's not just for you, it's for everybody around you. Lisa, how old are your kids?
38, 34, and 33. And
Do,
I
are,
have five grands. Yeah.
do they work out as well, or are they on their own path?
My daughter-in-law does. My son does. My son-in-law, yeah, a couple of them. Not everybody, but they do appreciate that I do. I know that. You
Right.
know that they understand that's important to me, and they admire me for that. And I think that's something that some of them will get more into. They're busy with kids, but yes, a few of them do.
And then for you, how many people, I guess like we were talking about earlier, how many people admire what you do but still aren't in the right mindset to do it themselves?
It happens all the time.
Yeah.
People are like, "Oh my God, you look so young and you're in such good shape." And I'm not even where I want to be. I'm like, well, watch out, you guys. But I'm harder on myself. But I all the time people feel like they can't believe my age or what good shape I'm in, and it's very. I like to hear it. I'm like I said, I'm not where I want to be, but I think it makes a difference that I'm taking care of myself and doing the work. You know,
Right. And I
yeah.
think like everybody knows we're our own worst critic. So you're doing amazing, Lisa. I love that you show up at 5 in the morning. And she was a little bit sick this week, but again, I feel like you girls have heard probably from your friends, like there's something going around. Like I've heard it way too much now to be like, okay, that's not a thing. But this also shows us how to be proactive about health, not reactive, right? Um, I want to just put in the chat, everybody, guess how many times I've been to the doctor in the last 15 years? And I know I shared it with like one or two people. This is a question I wanted to ask everybody in the chat. How many times have I been to the doctors in the last 15 years? And I say this because my kids were born 16, 17 years ago. So I did have to go to the doctor back in the day. But in chat, type number that you, it's two, two, one, one, or two. Hang on. 10. Just kidding. She said once a year. Um, so the right answer is Stephanie, Cruz, and Gabby and Diana. One in the last 15 years. And there's a couple different reasons for that. One is I'm super proactive about health. I've been on this path for a while. Two, my belief system. If you are a person that believes you're going to get sick, you're going to get sick. I truly believe that your beliefs align with your actions and your thought process and your speech. It will come out here. So sometimes when people are like, I'm just this type of person, I'm like, no, don't say that because you're, in a sense, casting a spell on you. Okay. This is why I want to catch that right away. So then that way, We shift a little perception on what we should believe and believe always truth, which is you're abundant, you're limitless, you're healthy, you're wealthy. See those shifts? If I say I am sick, you will become sick. So thank you, Lisa. Love you. I'll see you next week for sure, 5 o'clock in the morning.
Absolutely. Thanks, Dee.
Course. Okay, I'm gonna post the biggest losers, which basically means the most weight loss. Then I'm gonna put the loss, the flatliners, and then at the bottom, I will put the people that didn't put their weight on. So I'm in the chat. I'm gonna put that in there. If you girls want to look at it. I'm super, super impressed by this because I looked at last week's numbers and I had 7 girls that lost. This week it's 15 girls. So I doubled the amount of weight loss this week. So amazing work, girls. I'm going to start from the top to the bottom. And again, I don't know if Cynthia Villa Gomez is here. I don't see her. She's super new to the program, and this is why she might not be in just yet. She's probably not used to this habit, which is waking up and being on this call, which is completely fine. But Cynthia's super brand new. Like I said, she lost 5 pounds. The reason for this is the first week, you're actually able to lose up to 5 pounds because you have all that toxins that your body's flushing. So it's super normal. And then we have my vacationers, Justina Duran and Gabriella. Are you girls on the call?
I'm here.
Okay. You both are on the call. Awesome. Okay, I'll start with Justina. Just rub it in our face. Where'd you go before?
I went to Hawaii. I went to Honolulu, so I was there for about like 5 days or so.
Yeah,
Um, but yeah, so I tried to stay on my meal plan, but it was a lot harder than I anticipated, and yeah, it was just super hard to meal prep and get my meals in and stuff. So yeah, but coming back, I thought it was a little difficult, but like I knew I had to do it, So yeah, last week went good. My workouts were really good. Stayed on my meal plan really strictly, so I'm happy about that. And then yeah, I'm happy that I lost 5 pounds. I wasn't expecting that, so yeah, I was really happy this weekend.
yeah.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, awesome work. Just keep it consistent, right? That's the game that we play when you master your meals for 1 week. Now, Gabby as well, she also lost 5 pounds, but again, this is going from a vacation mode. Like you just went and just kind of splurged a little bit. Now your body has to detoxify from what you've done in the last week. So it is natural for your body to drop that much if you're not on it 1 week, which basically is just like you rebalancing yourself to square one. So in a sense, I don't want to seem something negative, but just think about it like this. You took a week off and you maybe flatlined, but then you were on it and then you lost that. So you almost, if I time traveled, you started 2 weeks ago. You're back to square one. Okay. And technically, if you look at it like this, quote unquote, I just lost 2 weeks of my, I guess, journey. You could also see how time is super valuable. If we just stuck to our habits when we were on vacation, you would go on to a 2 pound drop loss, 2 pound drop loss. So now you're ahead of the game. But now we're just back to square one. So Gabby as well lost 5 pounds. Talk to me about your week. How'd you feel?
Hi everyone. Sorry, I'm still getting up this morning, so I have my pajamas on and everything. I also did about a 5 pound loss. I put a question mark because I was also like, I think it's just my body, like water weight, toxins from vacation. I probably did in vacation like 40% of like my week and coming back it was hard. I was excited to come back though on the meal plan and getting back on that routine. The hardest part was probably the workouts and my body. I was definitely sore when I came back, um, but it was good this week. I also like recognized that I was really stressed at work, and sometimes my meals would slip in terms of timing, and then that would cause me to have a lot more cravings, especially for sweets. And especially because I'm stressed, I crave a lot more sweets to kind of cope with my stress, I guess. So I've been recognizing that, but sticking to the meal plan has been helping. Tea has been helping, And I've stuck through it all week, along with my workouts, and just following it has helped me kind of reset from work.
Right. So Gabby, give yourself grace because it's the first week of the 4 week cycle, which basically means everybody's gonna hurt. But you took a week off, and this is the sucks part about fitness is like 1 or 2 weeks off your program, you'll go back to almost revert, right? Like I said, even with the weight loss. So even for me as a professional, I know if I miss a week, I'm gonna feel it in my strength, but then
Yeah,
also my body. Yeah. So awesome work, girls. Way to kick the 5 pound weight loss. You girls are our biggest losers. That's the funniest word. Good job. We're gonna now go into our not so much biggest losers, but still losers. I think it's funny that we're calling you losers, but you're technically winners, and that's why it's funny. Okay, Christy Macy is brand new to our program. She lost 3 pounds, and again, she's her first week, so yes, she can lose 3 pounds in the first week. Talk to us about your own journey, and then yeah, you're brand new, so introduce yourself. Oh, you have to unmute yourself. Sorry. You girls give her the how to unmute on the iPhone.
It's going to be left, down, and left.
You gotta tap the screen.
Not yet. We could go to the next person if you wanted.
Oh, okay.
There you
Can
go.
you hear me?
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, sorry, I'm still figuring all this out. Um, uh, so yeah, my first week was really great. I'm excited. Everybody's so nice. I just also want to say thank you for everybody for being so welcoming because it's kind of scary starting somewhere new and starting over. So thank you for that. But I'm proud of myself for sticking to all the meals. Obviously this first week I'm going into it with like a lot of enthusiasm, so I'm hoping I can, keep with the consistency. Um, but oh yeah, overall went really well. I'm still adjusting to figuring out like a new routine, getting up earlier, figuring out what time to eat my meals. That was kind of tricky because I'm not used to eating more frequently. So just trying to figure out how that works with my work schedule. And so a lot of learning this week. But overall, I'm really happy with how it went. I was also kind of like, did I lose 3 pounds? I mean, obviously I did, but those clean and lean pills, geez.
Everybody knows it.
Coach Dee, what are you doing to me?
Detoxifying you from the
Yeah.
past. Yeah.
So, but yeah, I'm really happy to be here and excited about how this first week went. So I'm gonna keep it going. And yeah, to keep working at it.
Talk to me about your struggle that you had about your kids' food that somebody else could relate to.
About my kids.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm struggling. I was talking to Coach Dee about not picking off their plates because it's, I make they're on their own meal plan, and so I hate having leftover food on their plate, and I just like naturally just want to eat their leftovers. And I did a little bit. I held back as much as I could, but um yeah, I just trying to get over that mentality of it being gone to waste and throwing money in the trash can, and just seeing it as more of, well, it was going to be gone anyway, so, and it's not benefiting me, it's hurting me. So just trying to change my way of thinking and mentality around that.
I want you to read this for me, and this is a good learning opportunity for everybody. Read this. I shared my screen. Go ahead and read this.
Okay.
Can you see it?
Mm-hmm.
Go for it.
Do you want me to read it?
Yes, out loud. Sorry.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay, okay. Netflix doesn't cost $17.99. It costs your time. A Big Mac doesn't cost $3.99. It costs your health. Social media isn't free. It costs your focus. Uh, what
I
is
don't,
that? Destiny 2?
I'm sorry. I don't know what that is. Anyways, there's
Okay.
cost. That's a lesson, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's why
Yeah.
I wanted to bring that meme out, just because
Mhm,
sometimes we have that like, I don't want to waste food mindset.
mhm.
but it's really costing you more in the long run, which is your goals, right?
Yeah.
So just know that everything has a hidden cost to it. So we want to be focused to our goals, and whatever is not in alignment to that, just let it go. Not having a scarcity mindset. We're going to have plenty of abundant minds.
Okay. Yeah.
Way to lose those 3 pounds. Let's keep it
Thanks.
consistent. Yeah,
Thanks.
awesome. Okay, next on the list we have, I believe April is not here because she is sickies this week as well. But I just want to shout her out because April's been really consistent, and I think it's her like second or third week of losing 2 pound drop. So again, sometimes we go up and down, but the consistency game, that's the hard part of keeping focus. And it's called exponential growth, over and over and over, building the right habits to get there. So April lost 3 pounds. Vanessa is at church, I believe. But her as well, another consistency girl. She's lost another 2 pounds. I believe she's third weekend, so she's also probably a total of 6 pounds. Just like Sarah, which is our next, not victim, but our next client on Talk to Us.
Good morning. I so relate to the last girl. I'm sorry. Yes, I am a mom of two, and I can totally relate. They're on their own meal plan, and I've been munching off their plates regularly. But the last week I stopped, and I did find it hard again to wake up and get myself fed first before the kids. So that's my goal for this week, is to wake up earlier, find the time to get my egg whites in and my meal prep. And yeah, so it's been an adventure for me. Again, yeah, it's good to join something that I find helpful, and I want to thank you guys all too. It's been a new experience for me. Thank you.
Awesome work, way to stay consistent. So that's how we win the game, is just one, never give up, and two, do your best every day. We're doing that. We're learning through the process as well. So good job. Way to lose 6 overall. We'll do another. We have Corinne. Is she on here? She's usually on here. But she's driving to San Jose, she said. Never mind. Okay, Jessica is on here, of course.
Hey Dee, good morning. Good morning, ladies. Well, I didn't gain, so that's good. Lost the pound. What is it? I don't know. Yeah, I think I did good. I think just exactly like you're saying, is just being consistent and doing it. Once you do it, it becomes easier. It's a lifestyle. It's not easy. Of course, you have a life that comes to you. If it's with family, kids, finances, work, anything, you kind of get in a moment of in your mind, and we know the mind likes to, and you have to be there. So I had something happen to me on Wednesday, not me, but just family. And, my sleep is like been really off, and you know how that is, because you know about what's going on with me. But I'll let you know what happened on Wednesday. So Wednesday, Thursday, just kind of in my own, and even Friday. And then actually yesterday I slept all day, so I needed my rest. So I feel a little relaxed. I know this is going to be a good week now that I got everything situated and stuff. So lost the weight, didn't gain it. So I'm happy. So I trust the process. And just like you're saying, being consistent, doing the work, and being on the plan, you're going to see the results. So I'm definitely staying focused.
Awesome. Yeah, that was your mental challenge for this week, is just the focus. Like, I don't know if you girls have ever experienced Jessica's energy. Raise your hands if you have. Okay, how does she do that? It's high, like all the time. Like at 5 in the morning, she's like, hi. And I'm just like, oh, not everybody has this. And I had to tell her, I was like, you have a gift. The fact that you have that much energy is really special, Jessica. I need you to know that. The only bad part about your thing is if you don't understand your mind and how to focus it to something that you want, it's going to be distraction mode everywhere. Splurging energy. Oh, sorry. Splurging energy everywhere, right? Like Jessica's
Yeah,
everywhere. But if Jessica has all that energy and you laser focuses on one thing, that one thing is going to expand so much. I need you to understand that. You are very special. So you need to focus your energy because you could do so much with it.
for sure. Thank you, Dee.
Of course. Awesome. And we could feel it, right? Everybody's like, I wish I had that energy, especially as we get older kids. How do you do that? Okay. So Diana, awesome. 2 pound drop again. Consistency is the key. Talk to me.
Yeah, I mean, definitely thank you for this space. I think that at this point I would have probably been like, okay, no, I'm not gonna do it, or given up. But definitely the group, the community that's being built, your guidance and your push, and your energy, right? I think that has helped me. I didn't have a perfect 100% week, but some of the things that I kind of struggled with this week was the going out. And I think Friday we went out to a friend's house, and it's a newer friend that my husband has, and I felt bad saying no to just like a sandwich, so I was like, dang it. And I didn't want to seem rude, so I did compromise there my meal, but I still try to make it where I didn't eat the whole piece of bread. I just ate like the inside meat, and that was it, right? They gave me popcorn and I took one piece, and that was it. I'm like, nope. And I had to stick to, I didn't drink. They offered me, oh, you want alcohol? No, no, water's fine. So I really, I felt like I compromised there, but I felt like, okay, like I could have just like, okay, who cares? Just one meal and splurge. But I had to still have that self-control there. And throughout the week, I think there was 3 meals or three moments that I didn't stick to one of the meals. So one of the 5, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do better next week. I am gonna do better next week. And but my options were, where it was a salad and then my protein. That was it. No sugary drinks, no nothing. So that I felt like, okay, like if this, I could control what I choose to eat. I felt like, okay, that is the moment where I could control that. And if I didn't bring my meal, I didn't have it. Okay, this is what I could do to make sure I'm not sabotaging my progress. So it was about 3 meals. Definitely, I resisted my triumph this week was I resisted cake, I resisted pizza. So there was that, where I still stuck to not getting carried away with these things that were put in front of me. So I was able to say no to those. And I felt like it was easy. Like, nope, no cake, like no pizza, and that's what helped me. I feel there, just sticking to it. And then also like my mind, sometimes I feel like, oh, visually you see one thing, but when you see the numbers and when you see the pictures from, because it's already 3 pictures I've seen, I'm like, I don't see an overall. And that's where my mind just kind of like, I don't see the difference, but I do once I like dissect and say, oh, in this area, wow, I could see the difference. And I also see it in my energy and in my strength. I feel like I'm getting, sometimes I'm amazed, I'm like, wow, I did that, like I carried that much weight, what? From being zero, right? From zero to whatever weight I do, it's like, wow, like there is some progress there. So I have to remember that, to really focus on the little triumphs that I've had this week. And my water intake, I'm like, oh my gosh, I had a gallon a day. I'm like, wow. So I'm just amazed by how much water I've been also able to drink. I feel like my next week is sticking 100% to the plan, and the sleep. I feel like that those are the 2 things that I need to, definitely, those are my goals for next week. But thank you so much for this space.
Yes. I was like, you were talking, and I was like, okay, I need to talk to her about this, about this, about this. Okay, let me start by saying, and this is a lecture or lesson for everybody, is that, and girls have heard me say this maybe, we're here to be good people, not nice people. And sometimes that niceness gets us distracted and out of our alignment, right? So we're good people. We're not nice, because nice is a character, like you're trying to survive in an environment that you want acceptance from, right? So you're being a nice person and people pleaser and things like that. And that unfortunately isn't going to help us. It actually hinders us a little bit. So just become aware. I totally love the fact that you had self-control on all those little moments where you know that you could have. Like my old version would have been like, cake, ice cream, but you did. So you still, the fruits of your labor still showed the 2-pound weight loss. So that's awesome. Just keep it consistent now. Do your best in making the better choices. And when you do go out, that's the biggest thing, is like you said, you kept it clean, you kept it with a protein and your salad, and that's perfect. And again, you already know how alcohol might make you feel, so let's do our best not to touch it. So you did awesome. Yeah, even though technically you could say or tell yourself like I did all this bad. No, you did overall really good. So good job. Raquel, another consistent person, 1.6, amazing consistency. And I know that you and Gabby, which is her daughter, is also on the program, did celebrate her birthday. So I gave you a little chore and amazing way to do it. On a Sunday, I had them fast. She's like, I want to splurge. I don't want to hold back. And I was like, okay, just fast for Sunday. See what happens. Just drink some tea, detox from those things that you did intake. And she actually did it. And I was like, oh, awesome. Talk to me about that.
So it was really hard,
Mhm.
but throughout the day it got easier. So the morning wasn't as bad. Midpoint is where it was okay, but probably by like 4 or 5, that's when I really like my stomach started to rumble. I just kept drinking water, and then I had a tea in the morning and tea around that time, and that really helped. I stayed away from the kitchen. Every time I came to the kitchen, my mind automatically went to, oh, though, and it wasn't even like food. It was more of, oh, those candies look good. Oh, those chips, maybe just one chip. Well, anybody know if I eat just one chip? And then I was like, no, no, I'll know. So I was like, no, just go back. So I literally I pretended in my room. I did my chores, finished all the chores in the house, and then went to my room. And it actually was really nice. I took a nap, and then I went to bed really early. So it actually, I don't know, maybe it helps my body be ready for Monday. And then I woke up and I thought, oh my gosh, I'm gonna be starving. And I actually wasn't. It was back to the same like routine. So I was like, okay, I could do it. I could do it again. Um, Not maybe so fast, but I could probably do it again. I can do it again. It can be done.
Yeah.
So I was really proud of myself. Yeah.
I love it. That feeling of pride, that's what I want to tap into. It's like once you commit to the work and you do it, even though in your mind you're like, I think I can't, I don't know if I can, you prove to yourself that you can by doing it. And I want you, Raquel, just to become self-aware of that mindset, of those thoughts that arise when you're challenging yourself with an uncomfortable state. Your mind's going to be like, no, I don't want to be uncomfortable. Just one chip, right? It will talk to you. And trust me, with my kids, I was like, the apple isn't talking to you. Like it was really bad on prep. Like I'm going on 600 calories a day for like weeks, right? So I'm like deteriorating every day and my mind's just like going crazy. So that's the self-awareness part that I love about the journey is like you got to tap into the mind and what it's trying to say and do to limit you, to pull back from where your goal is. So awesome. I love that you are consistent. Keep it up. That's all we could do. We're playing that game now. So good job. We have Maribel next. Another really, I love Maribel because this is why she has been with me for a while now and she didn't do so much the health part. She did the more mindset lectures that I did back in the day. So I did 2 lecture series and she joined both. And what for my lectures, it was about meditation, journaling, the morning flow and getting that like honed in. Not so much nutrition yet, but she just did join the nutrition part, which again, it's the full alignment. So Maribel has been one of my students that she actually took my practices and didn't stop. What most of my clients do is that they will do it with me, but when they stop the program, they don't keep it up. And that's the hard part is to know that you have to keep these habits. It isn't just about building it, it's about getting them and keeping them. And Maribel did an amazing job. She meditates every morning, she journals every morning, she does her cardio, she does nutrition, and 1.6 lost this week. And I always talk about this 2.0 version. Maribel, talk to me about your week and how you feel and everything.
So I did take a little reset. So I was really good for the first 6 weeks of the year, maybe 7 weeks. And then my kids were on vacation. So I took a little reset, like the first 2 or 3 days. And then after I was following the plan. So maybe I was like total 70 to 80% 2 weeks ago. So then this week I was like, no, that's it. I'm getting back on it. Oh, and I have to say I maintained, right? That week that I was on break, that I took a little break. And then this week I was like, fresh mindset, we're going to do this. I'm not going to snack because that was my big thing. So once I got like the mental down in 2023, 2024, I'm like, okay, let's do the nutrition now. And so once, so anyway, I just came back with like a fresh mindset after that little reset. And so it really helped. And you guys have all, but everything everybody's saying is like resonating. You know, somebody's like, oh, I'm stronger. I have more energy. And that's so what happens, I think, with the proper nutrition, because you're feeding your body the good things, because I'm not eating anything processed. So I felt really good. So, and then Jessica talked about her sleep. Same thing. My sleep has been wonky, and I think I just need to do more like energetic work before I go to sleep. That's what I've been um, thinking, that that's what's happening with me. But yeah, so my week was pretty good. It was pretty easy just to step right back into, like, yeah, it wasn't like hard. And I kept up my workouts even on break. It was just the meals that I wasn't 100% every day. So yeah, that was it. Thank you.
Thank you, Mary. And again, if you decide to take a break, is okay. It's your choice. You know what I mean? But just know if you still already have the habits, like Maribel said, it's going to be easier for you just to get back on it. But having that mindset of just like, let the last week go, we're moving forward, and we're going to get this point two, point whatever, weight loss throughout the week. So good job, Maribel. Way to get on it. Way to show up. We have Stephanie Queen Cruz, 1.5. Let's go, Queen. We're gonna unmute you.
Good morning, everybody. Hi, Coach Dee. This was a good week for me mentally. I didn't focus so much on the physical because I think that's the cause and effect, but I kind of changed my mindset in terms of, instead of trying to implement my program into my daily life, I'm now implementing others, or maybe that's the reverse, forgive me, maybe that's the reverse. So for example, it was a very, very busy week, but even when I was at the car dealership, I still had my bands on my legs. And as I'm like negotiating, I'm still like doing the bands in the guy's office, right? Or if I'm on a call and I'm on my Peloton, or I'm running, you know, in the area, I'll take the call, but they'll have to listen to me, breathe heavy, stop. So I'm doing the reverse. I normally would stop and put myself second. Now I'm placing myself first. And so everyone understands that this is so important for me. I did go out last night, hence a little tired, but I wasn't even interested in even having a little sip of wine or any of the bar food or the restaurant food. And so I feel as though I'm finally in that safe place where it's just not interesting to me anymore. I think a lot of that had to do with, for those of us that were on the 4 mile jog, that was so inspiring. I can't put my finger on it, but it was just so nice to be around those women. And so like the next morning, I was like, I'm gonna do another 4 miles, even if I, struggle, walk, limp on a crutch, whatever, I'm going to be out there. So last week I increased my cardio, which I think contributed to, more consistent and a little bit higher in the LBs being lost. I don't know why I struggled with the water. I don't know if I was just feeling myself and felt like I didn't need the water, but I did struggle with the water. I was putting hot sauce, I was sweating a lot more, but I just didn't have so much of the desire. But that's part of the journey. And so I'll pick it back up this week. I'm not even letting it bother me. And so right now I'm just at that place where it's more mental for me. And as Coach Dee, I can share with the team, I joined in November. I didn't get my butt in the gym consistently until February because I just couldn't get out of bed. And Coach Dee was constantly giving me really good advice and, text messages and memes and so forth. So for those that are trying to get just into the gym, I urge you to try to get into the gym for the community at hand. That might be able to push you a little bit more. Because this is just a great group of women, a great village, a great support group that you're not going to get anywhere else. And obviously we need it and we desire it. So I urge everyone just to try to get in and visit and be on the calls and try to extend themselves to the sound baths or the jogs, things of that nature, because that's, I think, what's going to put you over the limit. And so to anybody that continues to struggle, we're here for you. It's a great, great community of women. This is more so for the newbies. The OGs know, but we're gonna we're all gonna get it. We're all gonna look at it. And I even see a little definition. I was like, look at that. I'm still looking like a Kardashian from the butt, but that's okay. We're gonna work on that. But yeah, it's more mental for me right now, Coach D. It's like getting in, being inspired, letting it be my priority. I know the physical, I see it, but it's not as important as it was initially. You know,
Mhm.
I mean, I'm very happy. It's almost like that monkey's off my back, both literally and figuratively.
Yeah. And again, I think this is why the gym's so special because it's like the girls want to work out with me because I'm a pro, whatever. I'm just like, oh, I get it. Working out is cool. It's fun, especially at this level. But the inner space between your mind and your heart right here, that's why I'm here. That's the alignment that if I could work inward with you, the whole outside reflection is different. So shifting just a little bit of thought process and just like letting go certain things from the past here will make a huge difference. I want to also thank you and everybody that joined the last week's jog. So we do a full moon jog with the silent disco headsets. It was this idea that I got as I started to run because with bodybuilding, I was so constricted to doing the same thing, Stairmaster every morning. And now that I'm putting a pause to it, I'm going to move my body differently. I want to do different things. So I found that running, jogging just moved my energy a different way. So in doing so, I was like, I'm going to build an event with the girls to feel for them to feel what I'm feeling. Because for me, even doing a sunrise run, I would see the best sunrises and I would clip it on social media. I'm like, I don't even know if you guys and girls see what you're missing by sleeping so much. Like, if you actually go outside and watch the sunrise, it's very inspirational and inspiring to be out there and moving your body at the same time. But we had so much fun. The music was good. The coaching on the headset was fun. Everybody was dancing to the same music, and we probably looked like crazy people there, but it was a lot of fun. It brought like this childlike feeling of just like moving your body differently, and we're doing this together. So awesome. Thank you so much for your insight, Stephanie. Good work on that loss. And then again, we'll see you about next week. Consistency. Yeah. We'll see you in the gym, hopefully a little bit more. And then we have Shannon. She's not on the call. She's brand new. I'll talk to her after, but she did lose a pound, so good job, Shannon. We have Addie. Is she on the call? She usually is. I don't see her. Addie,
I'm here.
you are.
Yes.
Talk to me.
So this week was good. I added some cucumber for my crunch. So that made a huge difference when it comes to the meal plan. Um, I feel like my mind is shifting. It's crazy to not think so negatively all the time and actually saying, I can do this. I am gonna do it. Either either doing my meal plans the night before to make my morning easier. That's usually what I do even with my eggs. I I meal plan at night and then I just reheat my eggs in the morning so I can have them and it's easier with the kids and getting everybody out the door in the morning. Um, Also do my fasted cardio. It's been easier. It's just crazy how my mind is like shifting and I want to do more for myself and I've been putting myself first and not feeling the guilt of it and just listening to your motivational words and being there for me. It's been a huge help
No,
this week.
thank you for showing up. And I want you to understand that what's happening to you has happened to me a couple times. It's called expansion. So the more energy you have, the more you can give. And then also in giving, it's a law you get. So you give good energy, you're gonna get good energy. And guess what? Also, the opposite is true. You give bad energy, guess what's gonna happen in your life? You hear it all the time, those people that complain a lot. This always happens to me. I get a flat tire. It's a law. So know that if you take care of your own energy and you give that positive out, you will get it back tenfolds. So you're on the right path. You're shifting just as much as you need to be, and you're doing your work. So good job. Again, just a little bit tighter on everything else, and you're going to do amazing. So good job, Addie. Good work. We have Stephanie, and I know she usually goes to church at this time. Let me see if she's here. No, it's okay. Next, we have Ginger. She is new. She lost a little bit, and she just started. So again, it's probably why there's not a huge weight loss just yet, but that's completely fine. Ginger, you want to log on? There you are. Unmute yourself.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, I want to just reiterate what a beautiful community and space it is. It's so lovely to see all of these women together supporting each other. Um, my journey is it's really interesting. Like right now, all of these different mentors have come into my life to help me level up. So my theme song right now is the Sierra song "Level Up." Um, yeah, I had been working with a life coach before I started with Coach Dee. And it's just interesting, this idea of letting go, because one of the exercises I did with the life coach was on self sabotage. And he had me actually teach a class to create something in my life that was giving me results that I didn't want. And it was the whole exercise I did. I themed it after the Beastie Boys song Sabotage, and I taught the class how to try to be a morning exerciser and completely fail, and then how to sabotage that goal and then feel bad about yourself and everything. And so that was a couple weeks ago. My whole life I've wanted to be an early morning exerciser, and through that exercise I just let go wanting to be a morning person, a morning exerciser. And then a week later I started this program, and now I'm a morning exerciser. And so
Yes.
it's really interesting, that idea of completely letting something go and then having it come back has been super interesting. So yeah, just amazing.
I love it. I love the insight. I'm going to talk a little bit about my own personal journey because you just not maybe just triggered it a little bit. I actually spoke to about it on my social media this morning, but I self-sabotaged my last competition. I would have been an Olympian last year if I didn't self-sabotage. Right before I got on stage, I ate like 3,000 calories. Not, I don't think on purpose, unconsciously, and this is how I knew I didn't feel worthy of that thing. That was my battle. And I paused bodybuilding because I was like, I need to do the inner work to understand why am I doing this? Because I'm not going to go on to another prep with the same pattern. I need to pull back and really fix that about myself. So this is why me talking to you girls earlier on this month, I let go of my oatmeal addiction, right? And this is why we spoke about addiction in the journaling part of the check-in, also of my best friend. That was my business partner, my coach, everything. I had to let him go. Now, these things that we're addicted to for me personally was taking too much time, energy, and attention and pulling my emotions down. I'm not feeling worthy of what I desired. So in that, I was like, boundary, block, let go. He swiveled his way in in my he called me on landline and I was like, I blocked you. How'd you fudge? I can't block every landline, right? They will come back. And he apologized for making me feel that way and for wasting so much time, because those calls that were 30 minutes, an hour, was pulling me away from my work with you girls and pulling my energy and time away. And I was like, my mission is clear. I know what I need to do, and everything that's pulling me away from it needs to stop and hold healthy boundaries. And if I have time, I will give it to you, but not if you're coming back to me with the same problem that I already gave you an advice for and you didn't take it. Like, no, you're wasting my time and your time, and this is not happening. So this is the first time ever in my life, where I put up a boundary. I was like, I need to protect my energy and time because it's so much more valuable and it's not being respected. And so just to give you girls that insight, it's like it's not going to be easy. It's usually the people that are closest to you that are pulling the most energy away from you. So be mindful of your environment, understand where your energy is going and flowing and what you're allowing. Because at the end of the day, this is what I told him. I was like, it's not your fault. It's my fault for allowing and picking up that call. I know I wasn't aware that it was you, but I picked it up. And then I have to put that boundary again. So becoming aware is key, and also of your own character, right? Of self-sabotaging. And I let go of no being an Olympian because I truthfully wasn't walking those footsteps. What do I mean by that? Every morning I would write down, affirm, I'm an Olympian. I'm an Olympian. But every day I would eat a little bit outside my meal plan. I'm not in alignment. My actions aren't in alignment to what I believe. I don't believe it, because if I believed it, I would just be walking the path. Which, Ginger, now that you're doing it, I wake up early and I work out. I am that. I become it by actions, not just by saying it. And you girls have heard the saying, talk is cheap, right? You got to walk the walk. It's not just about saying I'm going to lose weight, saying I'm going to be on my meal plan. It's I'm going to do it because I know how important it is, because now I'm going to prove to myself that I'm doing something hard that 99% of the world isn't doing. And this was what makes the 1% the 1%. At the end of this call, I'm going to share some secrets with you, some hacks if you truly want to level up to 1%. I just want to tell you girls, I have this challenge going on right now. So you will see a lot of influx in the community. The challenge is 6 weeks, and some of the girls on the call are doing it. The reason why, this is how it works. You pay $1,000 upfront. You're betting on yourself. You get the money back once you complete the 6-week challenge, and the fruits of your labor, which is 15 to 20 pounds, you lose in that 6 weeks. And one person asked me, why are you doing this? How do you make money? And I was like, you want me to know the truth? 1% of people will do it. That's how. That's how hard it is to do what I did in the last 5 years. To sacrifice time with my kids, my parents, everything. I had to let go of my old version of myself of partying and drinking and being out of alignment to what my goals were. That's how hard it is to become something that you are not. You have to be willing to let go. Like Ginger said, to let go of your old version of yourself that feels like they're not worthy, that they're not good enough, that they don't believe in themselves. That's how deep it is. That's the inner work. That's the letting go part. Once you become it, and I'm like, now I'm just like, I deserve this. I am worthy. I am buying myself this car because I worked hard for it. But I was playing small in this Honda Element. I was playing safe. I was like, no, I don't want to feel stressed because I'm gonna get this what is it called? Car payment. And then at the end of the day, I was like, no, that mindset of being complacent and in the comfort zone is not going to grow me. The only thing that's going to grow me is taking those risks on myself and knowing that I'm worth it and knowing that what I'm doing is truthfully out of my heart and this is my purpose, right? So I shifted and then whew, expansion, right? I want you girls to understand that you have a mission too. It's not the same as mine, but it's your unique mission to do. But you have to get out of that mindset of I'm not good enough, I don't believe in myself, I'm not worthy. All that stuff is in the past and it's going to be your own personal battles. Everybody has a battle to do. So take that, write it down, be like, what am I having to battle? And I'm going to face it. Because at the end of the day, I'm going to expand once I conquer it, right? We're all just little warriors here conquering our own level. There's a saying that said, we're all on the same game, just on different levels, experiencing different devils. So mine was oatmeal. And whatever pulled energy away from me, I had to let it go. Okay. You girls have the full strength and capacity and power to do so in your own life. Sharon, is she on the call, Gabby? No? We're gonna yell at her later. Just kidding. No. We'll talk to her one-on-one. But Sharon is special. She's what we call an overthinker, and she weighs herself every morning. And this is the lesson that I needed to give to everybody, to stop overthinking, to trust the process. If something doesn't feel right, communicate that with me, and we shift your own program to work for you. I always have time to do that. But I can't have you overthinking and weighing yourself every morning and having your emotions set to that scale. You know what I mean? Oh, I lost a pound. Now I'm gonna feel like shit, like I'm not worthy. Like, is this even working? Then that's gonna create this belief system of like, I don't trust Coach D, I don't trust this plan, I don't trust this program. So that was my whole thing, even though she's not on the call, I had to explain to you, let go of the mind. It's gonna sabotage you this whole time if you allow it to. Emily is probably lashing. So if you girls need your lashes done, reach out to Emily. She does mine. Kaylee Ortiz is on what is it called? Going to go see her brother, and I'll want to kind of share her story. Unfortunately, she's not here, but I'll also blend it in with Amanda's story and also my special guest that's in here. Kaylee, Amanda, and my special guest have experienced something called in their family alcoholism. And she's has an issue right now. She's not following her program because of all these family stuff that's happening. And I'm telling her, I'm like, you know what? In these situations, we have to show compassion that everybody chose a specific journey to learn from. Your brother is going through this darkness for a reason. We all have to go through our own special darkness. And it's just a part of the journey to understand that we're not perfect. Nobody is. Kaylee, as much as you want him to change, I would like you to stay on your meal plan. Okay. I have to love you unconditional regardless of your actions or choices. That does not change who I am. This is different because I think as parents and growing up as children, you felt like you had to be a certain person for your parents to show love to you, right? Conditional love. I have to be an A student. I have to be perfect. I have to do this for my parents to have approval of them. Where it's different with me. It's called unconditional. So whether you follow your meal plan or not, I will love you. The only difference is I'm going to also tell you the truth. Do you want that goal in the future or do you want not? That's the thing. It's a cause and effect with the universe. You make the actions according to what you want or you don't, and you get it or you don't, right? There's a meme that says, don't be upset by the thing that you didn't get, by the work that you didn't put in there. You need to do the work to get it. And unfortunately, we all have our work to do. Again, I just explained to you the levels that I had to do. Kaylee has work, her brother has work, everybody has some work. We would want everybody to do their work, but realistically, not everybody's willing to do it. Sometimes it's later on in life, and sometimes it's not at all. And that's not up to us. Up to us, it's what we have in our own responsibility is to ourselves first, to heal that side of ourselves, to let go of those things that are limiting, to give ourselves good energy. And in that, you're also going to inspire others to do their work. That's how it works. We don't push on the work to anybody. So Amanda is next because I just kind of splurged to talk about you a little bit. But would you like to expand on that?
Yeah, and I apologize in advance. My baby is here, so she is banging on some tools right now. Um, but for me, this week started off a little challenging for me. I had a medical procedure on Monday, kind of set me back a few days. So that kind of just set me off. I wasn't able to eat all day Monday. Tuesday was just very fatigued, even Wednesday. So I was just eating things that were more comfort, more like soups with noodles, things like that. But I was able to still get some workouts in, still able to do my morning routine, which has been very helpful. This week I have really focused more on reflecting and on the mental aspect, as Coach Dee shared. My father was an alcoholic for the first 5 years of my life, and so I saw a lot. I definitely saw a lot that has definitely brought up a lot of emotions for me, and I'm seeing them now. So yeah, sorry. It was just a lot what you said right now. Like I very grew up having conditional love, and it's now that I'm working through that to just realize that I am worthy of having that unconditional love. And I even hi, and I even find it interesting because my name Amanda means worthy of love. And so I'm trying to embrace that more. And I'm just very thankful to have this space with all of you guys that are all working on different levels. And I'm just so grateful to hear everybody's story and for just all the knowledge that everybody is sharing, like even just the tidbits that everybody's sharing from their own journey, because they do resonate with me. And so I know that I'm on the right place and I'm in the right space. It's just about me focusing and doing that work every single day and taking it hour for hour and also having grace on myself. I'm learning to have grace. It is hard because I've been conditioned differently, but I have seen some changes and my family's seen some changes. I'm just really grateful to continue to progress forward.
Yeah, I love it. Thank you for sharing, Amanda. I know it's not easy. Trust me, it's not supposed to. And I think that whether you want to call it God, universe, whatever you want to call that, it gives the hardest battles to the strongest people. So understand that you're really, really strong. You just have to step into that strength. So good, amazing job just to show up every week, no matter how you feel. So I love it. I'm gonna let these usually not here because she's pregnant. She's a special one. I love her. She's doing the weight, even though she's getting a little belly, which is super cute. But I just have to remind her, I was like, I'm gonna modify everything. Please don't just do it. Let me do it for you. So I do cater to anybody that's going through that journey as well. I'm gonna skip Gabby. We're gonna do you at the end. I'm gonna go next to my special guest, because it's again in alignment to what we just spoke about. And actually, both of those two special guests that I have here, she is my business coach. I'm going to introduce you real fast. So, Nancy and I began to work together in 2019. I lied to her when I first started working with her because I just needed some guidance, man. I was like, I need help. And I found her and she's like, what do you need help with? And I just bullshitted her. I was like, I'm working on this book. I lied. It's called The Work. Tell me about the book, Dee. I said, oh, it's an acronym for, wake up, override, realign, and kill it. And it just, I don't know how it aligned, but it's truth. I am writing a book. It's been in the process, but I couldn't release it until I leveled and mastered myself. So this is why it hasn't been released. So she's been super patient with me for the last 5 years. She has seen me grow exponentially really fast, in her journey as well. Same thing with, I think, five sisters in Watsonville, and now she has her own business in San Francisco. But she had to go through some darkness as well. So Nancy, you want to log on?
Good morning, ladies. How's everyone doing? Happy Sunday. It's
Um,
Sunday, right?
your face. I want to see your face. No, not today.
Oh, girl, it's Sunday. I scared everybody. My hair, everything. It's not a pretty picture.
Okay.
Well, good morning. Yeah, this is such an amazing space. I am really grateful to be here and to actually just so excited that she called 5 years, it was 5, 6 years ago. And I was really pumped up. Everyone that has called and says, I need help for this, for this. Obviously, I do lifetime training, so I want to see them to the end. And this has been the most impressive woman out of literally all of my clients. And I can say this in this group, because you guys obviously know her power. So, like she said, some people just have it, some people have energy, some people can really bring it on when it comes to leadership. And she has proven me that I need to step it up. I mean, that's how much power this girl has. So, anywho, um, yeah, she's just done so many things in such a short amount of time, which out of my clients, most people take a little longer. She has everything we talked on our first meeting. She decided to go this other path and change the name of the company 25 times, remember? 25 times. And I just kept going back. I said, it's about the work, man. It's about the work. And here we are, a few years later, going back to the work, which we had started. Remember, we had started the work, and it's so powerful. And I'm so happy to see all of the work that she's done. So definitely, she is the real thing, guys. She's the real thing. I am launching a masterclass, and she is actually the front of my entire promo, literally. So
Look
you
at
guys
this
will see
girl.
that.
So
Yeah, you guys will
cool.
see that. I have to send it to you, Dee,
Yeah,
so
so
you can kind of see how we broke that down. But
I remember you coming to my house in 2019 in the ghetto
mm,
and just recording me and just start from like have film from me back in the day
oh
and
yeah,
week. So it's just like to see the evolution of how fast it could happen if you were just on it. And trust me, girls, I would have never known this unless bodybuilding was a part of the journey. Even though it was somewhat detrimental to some of my energy, like overall, the discipline that it taught me has leveled me up exponentially. Spiritually, mentally, physically, everything. It's just really has shown me so much. So that's why discipline is such a key for freedom as well. So
and then we wrote a list on the board. She had a list, the whys. Can you tell her? Can you tell them how many things on that list have come true?
I have to see it and I'm gonna share it with you girls. Literally, this is a practice and I want everybody to do this. She told me, write down 10 questions that you want to ask yourself. And in my little whiteboard, I said, why do I have an amazing group of women tribe? Isn't that weird? Like right now, I feel like it just manifested like a couple of months ago, but I literally wrote that. Why do I have this? Because I didn't have it at the time. one thing that is not still realized is, why do I have the most amazing, husband or whatever, or relationship? It still has to realize, but it will. I'm not even worried about it. But it's just crazy. It's like, why am I the best coach in the area? It was all these questions that I was just not yet. It's like the whole affirming, right? You say it over and over and it becomes true. But it was just crazy to me for me to shoot that to her as a picture. I'm like, oh my God, look at this picture I found of this whiteboard that you made me do, and look at how many things have been accomplished because we did the work. And
Yeah, so powerful, dude. The writing it down, and we've had this thing together, like write it down, write it down, write it down, like literally continue to write it down as many times as possible in your head, say it in your head. You know how there's all this time during the day, during life, that you just think about nothing, just moments, this conversation in your head, this voice in your head that just is randomly thinking about bullshit and not give it. And it's just really, honestly, at the end of the day, it's just wasted energy and time. That's what that board did. That's what all of this writing down is doing. It's replacing all that empty space of just random thoughts. There's no reason why you shouldn't control that voice. You have that power to control that voice. That voice is actually the voice. Like, how crazy is it that instead of God just leaving us on this earth, walking around doing our thing, he goes, I'm going to give you a voice and you decide whatever you want to do with it. And this voice actually controls your actions, controls your everything, controls your life, and you have access to it for free. Come on, how crazy and crazy is this, So when you're calling your gym love her, like that's exactly what she's talking about, right? Like you are partnered with this voice that you can actually control, and you can boss it around to tell you exactly what you need to hear and what you need to do and what you need to, be motivated by. So, I mean, that's a freebie. And I myself just came to a lot of realizations from all of my clients and taking what they've learned and their successes of what really goes on in our heads. And that just takes time. So if you're feeling like you're going blank, or you're feeling like you're stuck, or whatever you're feeling, it's all in time. Believe me, no matter what happens in life, it always comes to work out somehow, some way, even if it feels like you're at the bottom, even if it feels like you're about to, just burst. Guess what? You're about to cross over. And that's what that's all about. So the beauty in having to go through so many things in your life actually just says, and it means that you're about to cross over. So when you're having a bad time, actually be excited, because it's it's just going to be, your dream on the other side. So anywho, I'm talking too much. Go back to your thing. So yeah, nice to meet you guys. Very excited. Can't wait to share what's going on. You guys will see um Coach D all over, hopefully, social media in the next few weeks. So
well, it's my good side. No, just kidding.
yeah, that you gotta check it. You gotta double
Yeah.
up on before I get in trouble.
I
You
want
said too much.
no, I want to piggyback a little bit on this high performer mindset that I kind of shared Gabby a little bit. And I want to share these tips that I've built over the last this year, where I really stuck to this. Gabby, tell them what time I wake up.
Around 3:30.
Oh
To
my
me,
God.
30, but that's a Sunday. It's okay, right? I allow myself a little bit on a Sunday. Okay, and then tell them how many more hours in a day do I have over most people because of it.
Like for the whole year, just like for
Just
the
for
day.
the day, right? For the
You have
day,
an extra like 3 to 4 hours.
right? So it was 2 to 3 hours that I have
Two.
above everybody because I wake up that early. And so we just said, let's go say 2.5, right? We multiplied 2.5 by 365. How many weeks did I have more on top of that? I think the number was 925. We divided that by 24 hours, and that was like a month and a half, 6 weeks, somewhere along those lines. So think about it, time as this. This is when I shifted my mindset. I was like, I have 6 weeks of conscious flow work above everybody. This is how billionaires become billionaires or millionaires, right? This is how you become self-made, is you master time and you master focus in that time. It's not just about waking up for 2 hours earlier and being like, I'm just not going to just chill in my bed. Nah, I'm getting my Bose headsets. And this is something I told Stephanie because she's also wanting to be a high performer. Well, you have to act like it. Okay. You have to sacrifice your sleep a little bit, but I have good energy in that time because I feed myself good energy because my brain functions fast because I've been on this path for so long that now it's easy for me because I already built the habits. So I wake up early. I put my Bose noise cancellation headsets on. Why? Because there's no distractions. There's nobody waking me up and going past my door. There's nobody calling me in marketing at that time. There's nobody besides myself and my work. And my work is creative. It's creative flow through me. So I put the headsets on, I'm editing, I'm video content, I'm doing whatever I need to do. I'm building meal plans, I'm checking in with clients, I'm doing all this thing before anybody wakes up. Girls, anybody could do it. I've just mastered how men do it. I've just understood the process. That's it. And I want everybody to understand that regardless if you're a woman or a man, it doesn't matter. If you go male energy, female energy, we need both. We could tap into both energies. Yes, I'm going to create out of my meditation and I'm going to stretch out, elongate, do my manicure, pedicure, but I'm also going to wake up and take action on the things that I got in meditation, right? If the meditation tells me you better talk that conversation with that person across the street, it's all my limitation to not do it, to be like, I'm afraid that they're going to reject me. I don't think I'm going to talk to that person. That's my own self telling myself that I'm not worthy of that action or limiting myself in that way. So in meditation, you will get insight, and it's up to you to wake up and do the work that it tells you to do. That's how you win the game. Everybody's insight will be different because everybody's mission is different and everybody wants and desires different things. It's completely fine, but it's up to you to do it. So I'm giving you the secrets right here. You got to do both. You got to be in your feminine and in your masculine. So this whole thing about feminine woman attracting a masculine man, yes, it's true, but I want to be a whole person in both energies and tap into both and attract somebody that can do the same. So think about that. Instead of polarities, think of wholeness within yourself. And then in that sense, attracting the same. I want a man to also take care of himself. I don't want a man just hustling, grinding, and whatever, you take care of me and, do my dishes. I want somebody to take care of themselves enough and love themselves enough to do it for themselves, but know that there's no need for me to do it, but just a desire of myself and vice versa. I don't need you. I desire you. And in that, there's no control or fear. It's different energy. Yeah, that's my 2 cents on that. Gabby, talk to me a little bit about your little baby struggle for everybody to understand that even though you've been on this journey with me for 3 years, it's still a struggle.
So this week I struggled and I binged on sweets, and it comes and goes, but like for the past, like I want to say like 2, 3 weeks, I was so good, not touching sweets, not like even thinking about or considering it. And then this week I was like, sweets. I was just thinking about it and I caved in and I had one. I was like, I got one and I was like, it's not that bad because I've had it in like weeks, so it's fine. And after I had one piece, I was like, oh my God, that was so good. And that's all I could have thought about. And then I went back and I just ate so much I lost control.
It's
Yeah.
hard. The mind is going to play that trick, and all of a sudden you can't stop thinking about it, and it just becomes bigger because you focus energy on it unconsciously on it, right? So again, it's your own personal battle, but I think a lot of women on this chat also have it. So understand we're all going through that same thing of like sugar is addicting. It really is. And this is why the addiction thing was on the journal part of this week's check-in, is to understand what are we attached to? Are we attached to this way of thinking, of this way of being, of this emotional pain, whatever it is? Buddha says that the root to suffering is
Love and fear.
no,
Or
that was last week's
attachment. Wrong one.
wrong question. It's okay. Okay, so the root to suffering is attachment. What does that mean? That means that everything in the universe is always and ever changing. It always changes. There's always different phases, different seasons of life. So for us to attach ourselves to something that feels good is going to create more suffering. for us to let it go, like Ginger said, right? That's the whole concept of spirituality, letting it go. It allows you to flow. Okay, we flow through life. We accept things as they come. And if they're not in alignment, we also release them. If it's not alignment of who you want to be, if it's the reflection and you're like, your habits and your thought process is not where I'm at, so it's okay to hold that boundary and to let go. And hopefully in the future, you will come around and it will be in alignment, but that's not up to me or you. It's up to whatever journey you decide or path to take. Um, I'm going to do one little quick 2 minutes and then we're completely done. This call is taking a little bit longer because we are getting a little bit more people. So I'll be mindful of that. Are you in here? Zoom user? A Zoom user. I think that's my friend. No? Unlock the screen? No. She's not on here. It's okay. Well, basically, I thought it was my old friend that you saw last week, Sonia. But basically, this is why I said it, what I said right before she came on, is because Sonia had certain habits, and I love Sonia to death, but I couldn't be a part of the journey when she had certain habits of drinking from her own childhood trauma, right? And I had the same habits at one point, so that's why we were friends. But then I said I want something different and I have to release you. And every 6 months I would check in on her and she was still in the same spot. And I was like, okay, I can't be back. And just recently I saw that she's leveled herself up. She went through therapy. She's doing some of the work. She's talking the same language as me. So I'm like, okay, you get hang. I could allow you back. And not to be mean, not to say that I'm different or not better, is just more of like, I know what resonates with me and what doesn't anymore. And if it's still the same habits from the past, same thought process, I can't be around that because that's going to influence my own way of being. And I need to save myself, and that's alignment for you girls, not just for myself. And I truly love where I'm at, but for you girls to be like, no, there is a way to get to where you want, but you have to be truthful and honest to yourself and willing to let go of anything that is not that. So thank you so much for joining today. Any last 2 minutes, 2 seconds, 2 pennies, whatever, from anybody? No? Awesome. Have a good Sunday. Meal prep. Get ready for the week. I'll see you during training. Bye. Have a good one.
Thank you.
Thanks, Dee.
Bye.
Thanks, Coach
Bye,
Dee.
Coach.
Bye.